Hello, everyone. My name is Jaybird, and welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome. Uh, Sorry, I was looking at something. I got a Steam self-updater thing open. I'm gonna close that. Um, anyways, without any further ado, let's get right back to where we left off last time. Sorry about that. It's like the best timing ever. Finally, the world reformed back to my room with Diana back by the window.
The Demon Lord, despite his sadistic pleasures, loved Damien's mother beyond anything else, even his own wives. When she killed herself, the Demon Lord blamed Damien and his ability to read minds.
Oof, that's rough.
The only ones who convinced him not to kill Damien were his brothers. So the Demon Lord granted Damien his life. But he would be doomed to become a lowly slave as soon as the eldest became lord.
Aww, that sucks. I looked to Damien, who had a face of both murderous hatred and pure sadness as he glared at Diana. The woman! Yeah, she doesn't have a name. She's just the woman. The woman he glared at, however, simply chuckled.
So, one day, he was visited by an angel who told him about humans and painted him a pretty picture about them. Now, he's obsessed with it.
Shut up. Why are you telling me this? Why are you doing all of this?
To butter you both up, of course. I'm about to give him the chance to have his wish granted.
What? Damien and I stared in pure disbelief. Was Diana serious? She was a nut job. Oh, no, she giving you a nut job. You know what I mean? She's a succubus bitch. Damn. Diana laughed, seeing both of our faces.
I needed to see how well you can handle his past. You can't have true love without seeing all sides of your love, now can you?
Diana then looked fully to Damien, crossing her arms. Something about this struck a fear chord with me, but I watched in silence.
I offer you this, bastard son. I have the ability to turn you completely human. No magic, no mind reading.
You're lying.
Am I? Read my mind. See for yourself.
And then she just automatically starts thinking, I have the power, I have the power. Damien stared at Diana, only to go wide-eyed at her.
You're not. But...
That's right. Your humanity for your brothers.
No! I looked to there's too many D's. I looked to Diana in surprise. What? She wanted him to hand his brothers over to her? That was underhanded and cruel. Yeah, she's a fucking succubus, bitch. What do you expect?
Think about it, Damien. You can finally be human. You won't hurt anyone anymore. You won't put her in danger.
I could see Damien look at me, instinctively making me look back at him. He had a look of fear, which scared me. Was he going to say yes? Was he going to say no? I wouldn't know what to do in this situation.
All I ask is that you completely willingly let me take your brothers back home. No big deal if that means you get to be a human with the girl of your dreams, right?
Hold on. Girl of your dreams. Hold on. Oh, what?
no.
Good job, Damien. I knew you were going to say that.
Excuse me?
I knew he was going to say that.
I said no. I will not give my brothers over to you.
Hell yeah. I could see Diana's anger flare up, like a snake ready to strike. She is a snake.
You do realize what you're denying yourself, right? You're giving up your one chance to become human.
There are other ways, you know.
I'd rather remain a demon Then let my brothers be your slaves. Now leave.
Thank you, Damien. I love you. Diana gripped her hands into fists by her sides and glared daggers at Damien. Why not use real ones? However, she didn't move to strike. She raised one of her hands and rubbed her temple in pure anger.
Then I'm curious, Damien. What would you trade for your humanity? You wouldn't go so far as to have sex with me for it, would you?
Hell no, why would you? Why would you want that? Damien remained silent. I looked to Damien, expecting him to answer, but why was he not replying? My mind went into a mini frenzy. Was he willing to have sex with Diana for it? What? Diana let a large surprised smile appear on her face at Damien's silence.
Or would you? Interesting. And if I were to offer that?
Again, silence. Damien wouldn't. He couldn't. Not with her. No way. We're in denial. Yet, at the same time, I felt that he was the master of his fate. Well, yeah. He had to say yes or no. It was my place to decide that kind of thing. That kind of change. One part of me felt betrayed, but the other part of me almost wanted him to go through with the idea. For Damien's humanity. Damien remained silent still. Why was he not making a choice? Diana turned her gaze to me before smirking.
I see.
What?
Well, I guess you've proven useless to me. You're not going to say yes with your little princess around.
What? A purple pentagram slowly appeared beneath Diana's feet, letting her slowly sink into it.
However, in case you do change your mind, call me. I'll be around.
What? And with that, Diana left us alone in my room. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest, relaxing from the ordeal. Damien stepped to me and held me gently, surprising me.
Are you alright?
Mm-hmm. I nodded in response, unable to speak so immediately after being surprised. Damien let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace. I gently placed my hands around him, returning the embrace slightly. I could hear Damien's heartbeat. He held me close in his arms, and I felt safe beyond words. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am.
I looked up at Damien, happy that he was okay. Damien blushed, moving a strand of my hair from my face to look down at me. However, he suddenly pulled away, looking down at his feet.
I should go. You still need rest.
Hell no, boy! Before I could speak, Damien turned on his heel and rushed out of the room. I stood there, staring at the door in a daze. Did that really just happen? What? Oh. Okay, so I'm looking at the guy and the guy says, "Oh hell nah," but it says, "Oh hell no." So I'm just gonna say that. Oh hell no! There was no way I was letting him get away from me after all of this. I quickly followed him out of the room, spotting him turn the corner to go downstairs into the lobby. I followed quietly, unsure of where he was going, but determined to follow him to his destination. To my surprise, he turned a corner and pushed open a wall, sliding into it and closing it behind him. I followed and repeated the action, earning entry. How did Damien know of this place? I walked down a small flight of stairs and continued through the dark secret hallway, unsure of what to see at the end. What was my grandfather hiding in here? Was it a magic room? Was it a secret study? I didn't know. I felt steam gently brush against my skin, making me shiver slightly. A boiler room? I was wrong. Oh no! Nah. face. I knew it was gonna be something like this. I was thinking maybe it's a sauna or something, but no, it has to be the cliche hot spring that they have in every anime. I hope you like my song. I was led to a door that opened to the outside. From the direction I was going and how far I went, I was a little past the backyard. When I opened the door, the sight made me gasp. I was greeted by a hot spring, private and isolated from the world. Was it magic? Was it just placed conveniently here? I wasn't sure. Probably. However, my eyes traveled to a Damien who was staring at me, unsurprised that I had followed.
Your grandfather told me of this place.
When?
When we first came here. Before we had dinner, remember?
My mind went back to the day we met, remembering when Damien was looking at empty space and speaking to it. I knew there was something going on, but I didn't know what. Wait. I don't remember that part, actually. You were talking to my...
He died, yes, but his spirit remained here while Malix chased us. Once Malix was no longer a threat, he left this place, knowing that we would take care of you.
Oh, the plot thickens. Everything's coming full circle. I could not believe what I was hearing. He had been watching over me?
He didn't want you to be alone when you moved in. When we were attacked, he guided us to this house. We didn't know it was to protect you until after you went to bed that night.
The script says the house. I'm just gonna let that slide. There was so much information, I felt nauseous. Oh, really? I felt myself falling back before Damien rushed over and held me close.
Whoa, careful!
I gripped onto Damien, feeling his warmth surround me. Everything was happening so fast, I didn't know how to contain it at all. Yet, for some reason, I felt safe and secure in Damien's embrace. Was I crazy? Probably at this rate, but I didn't care to think about it. My mind went from spastic and crazed to calm and at peace in his arms. If it's just with his arms, imagine everything else. Oh God. He wasn't using his incubus powers on me though. Oh really? I looked to Damien, seeing at last a deep love in his eyes. His eyes are closed though. He cared for me and wanted to protect me beyond anything else in the world. He would have left long ago if that wasn't the case. Hearing my thoughts, Damien smiled at me and nodded, affirming them. Aww. I'm getting all fangirly over here. Holy shit. I felt my heart flutter a bit, making me forget what chaos I went through. You really love me?
Yes, I do love you. More than anything.
Damien gently caressed my cheek, leaning his forehead against mine.
I wanted to tell you everything sooner, but I couldn't find the words. Now everything's come at you at once, and I really...
I brought a hand up, silencing Damien again. Shut up, boy! I understand, just tell me things earlier next time. Damien let out a small laugh and nodded. I knew he'd make it up to me one day, but one question festered in my mind. Obviously, Damien was curious, too.
Do you love me?
No! I stared, unsure of how to answer. He could read my minds, yes, but I was sure he couldn't read the conflicting feelings of my heart. I felt a storm raging in my chest, trying to dig up the answer. With my mind still frazzled, I let my heart guide my answer. Caress his cheek. I like how every word in that sentence is capitalized. Caress his cheek. And I love you. Well, my guy says to say I love you, so... Boy! But I love you. I love everybody! Stop hating, I love everybody! I love you! Mwah. Oh my god. Fucking memes. I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. Ooh, 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 whoo! I gently leaned. How do you gently lean in? How do you roughly lean in? Like, boom! I don't know. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his gingerly. Damien let out almost a surprised gasp against my lips before wrapping both of his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. I moved my arms up and around his neck to choke him to death, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heated height. What? My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. Damien was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. God damn. It was all so supernatural. Oh, really? Supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly. Oh, really? Gee, I wonder why. This couldn't be a dating game, could it? Maybe it was the sense magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Cupid don't exist, come on. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. I found myself combing my fingers through Damien's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. This is so intense. His tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kiss rose higher and higher. Why not lower and lower, if you know what I'm saying? Gently, though. It's so much I should drink every time it says gently, but I don't have a drink with me. Gently, though, Damien slowed the kiss down and pulled away, staring down at me. Oof, don't stare down at me, boy. His eyes burned for me, wanting me to melt and drink a drink every time it says melt or kiss or gently. God. And or arms. That too. And buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already. Damien opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran along his cheeks, he was reduced to shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy, though, right? Are you...
No, I just...
I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. Oh no. Oh no. What? He wanted me. Oh, really now? Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was stunned. He loves you. You're stunned that he wants you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? Yes. Damien gently nuzzled my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak.
If you don't want to, we don't have to. I'll understand.
I mean, it's kind of rushing into things a little bit. I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. my world would rock and I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Did I want to give that innocence to him? Especially this early? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment? Oh my god. I don't... My guide doesn't... Seduce me, the Otome. Got it. My guide doesn't say what to do. My guide doesn't say what to do. I don't know what to do. Let me look up another guide. Sorry, I just want to get things right. Maybe it's a thing where it's like, oh, choose either one you want. But I want to be sure. So give me a second. Seduce. Maybe fuck. Sorry. Seduce. Yeah. Hold on. It'll be a few minutes. Give me a minute or two. Or all of them. Give me all of the moments. Alright. Now if I want the true end. So... Oh, it doesn't matter. I wish I saved before this, because I kind of want to do both. I wish I could go back. I mean, I guess I could always go back to this last save point and then go from there. But, let's keep it, I can do Seduce Me the next episode, I guess. But I think I want to do Seduce Me now. Let's save it for next episode. Let's just go with, Hold Me. I'll be sure to go back to my last save point, save it right before this decision, and then we can go from there next episode. So, let's go to Hold Me. Achievement unlocked. It's okay to say no. I wasn't ready, but I still wanted to give him the love he wanted. Holding me close was all I needed, all I wanted. Oh, really? Part of me grew fearful of what Damien would think. Would he hate me? Would he regret giving me his love? So many stories ended when sex wasn't given, and I didn't want this story to end. Damien, however, smiled and caressed my cheek happily in response, nodding in understanding. I could tell that he was okay with my decision, which made my heart flutter in joy. Damien gently leaned in and kissed my lips once again, wanting both of us to cool down from our passionate high. I kissed back sweetly, feeling the heat in my chest die out peacefully. Damien pulled away slowly, looking into my eyes to reveal a deep love that haunted his colorful irises.
All right, let's get you back to bed.
Cool beans, my brother. Who I would sleep with. Damien then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm underneath my knees. I easily held on to him as he lifted me up like a blushing bride and carried me away from the hot springs and back towards my bedroom. Damien was kind enough to know my limits, and I trusted him to respect my choice. He wouldn't enthrall me to go against my wishes, nor would he force himself on me. He was perfect. Damien gently lowered me to my bed before petting my head. With a loving smile, I was beaming in happiness. I didn't want it to end. As Damien turned to leave, I quickly grabbed his arm. Wait. Damien froze and looked at me. looked back at me, awaiting my next command. Whew, whew. What are we, a dictator? He was going to obey no matter what I said, but he was anticipating what I was going to ask. I could see it in his eyes. However, I just wanted him to be with me a little longer. I didn't want to rest alone. Hold me. Do it! The Dark Lord commands it. I repeated my words, holding another's meaning to those 2 words. Was he okay with what I wanted? It was so close to what he asked for, but it wasn't going beyond what I desired. Damien took in my words and smiled, nodding before turning back to me and sliding into bed with me. I was surprised, but I happily melted into Damien's arms as they wrapped themselves around my body. I rested my head against Damien's chest, enjoying the warmth it provided as I closed my eyes. He truly loved me as I loved him. My rest with him was as peaceful as could be. The best sleep I had in days. When I opened my eyes, I felt Damien still holding me, but he had fallen asleep. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was laying next to a man I had grown to love with all my heart. His warm embrace made me feel safe, and as our tender moment replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest further. Unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. What? I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing gold eyes stare upon me. Gold-eyed stare upon me! I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me. I wonder if I save it here and go back to it later and go with the seduce me part, if it will change this part. But, I think we're gonna end this episode here. If you guys, just so I don't forget, I'm gonna save it right. I'm gonna save it. Wait, which one? Which page? Oh, fuck. I only have one empty slot left. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna restart this game anyway, so, let's save it. I don't know. Oof. What is a save file that doesn't really matter to me anymore? Okay, I'm gonna save it. Wait. This is this. Okay, I'll just save here. Gosh. That was like the hardest decision ever. I'll probably have to go back and delete some of those save files, if I can even do that. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Seduce Me the Otome, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die fucking safely. Bye-bye!